uh, he, like with some in the third year, so it would be class 8, he would drop or pop the question, and say, Gianni, have you ever thought of staying with Don Bosco? And then I told him exactly the truth. No, I can see the words of the Rector Major when he proposed to me this obedience that I'm living now. He told me this, Gianni, you will see how beautiful the congregation is. And I have to say, it is true. I'm asking, I'm praying that we can all make an effort in this direction, because only then we will be happy, we will be fulfilled in our life.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Vocation. As we know, vocation is from the Latin word vocatio, which means to call or to summon. On this show, we shall be talking about the vocation to the priesthood and religious life. With me in the studio is Reverend Father Gianni Rolandi. Father Gianni, please tell us about yourself.
Okay, good. So maybe initially, my Salesian vocation was born in a very ordinary, very normal way, I would say, which is not common anymore any longer in Italy these days. I went to a Salesian school which was just very close to my place. I am from Castelnuovo Don Bosco, so the school was in Colle Don Bosco, Becchi, where St. John Bosco was born. And there we had what would correspond here to class 6, 7, 8. For us, that is intermediate. So, and I remember as a boy, I wanted to go there. I mean, I told my parents that I would have liked, and they were happy also, so I went. And I can say that was the clear beginning. I liked immediately the family spirit that I found there, the community, the fact that finally I was together with so many age mates, more or less, We were about 120 in that intermediate school and another 90 older than us in the TVET, we could say here, okay? So that is it. That is where, without realizing, I started thinking about it. And when the rector of the place, who is now already in heaven, may the Lord rest his soul in peace, Amen. Father Domenico, he, like with some in the third year, so it would be class 8, he would drop or pop the question, and say, Gianni, have you ever thought of staying with Don Bosco? And then I told him exactly the truth. No, because I had never thought until that moment. But the question made me to start think. Then I went to start my secondary school in another Salesian house, Ivrea, famous for many missionaries who went all over the world. And slowly then I went to Turin, Valsalice, staying at Rebaudengo. And so things flowed from there.
Wow. So the whole thing began from the question of the rector, Father Dominic.
But exactly, but which was, let us say, given or asked in an atmosphere that was very conducive.
Exactly.
In those days, we still had in Italy. I wish it were possible again. We still had many young Salesians. Imagine in the house of Colle Don Bosco, we had 4 practical trainees.
Wow.
Now I think there are not 4 practical trainees in the whole province of Turin. Maybe I hope there are. But so in one house there were 4. So it was something really. And the conference in the house, because it had a printing press. There were around 50 conference, 50 in one house, and it was really. I mean, life was fantastic. We had like almost. Every second week we had a play that was organized by one classroom or another. There was movie. It was very,
beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah,
it was something I had never seen in my life.
A conducive environment, and you were asked the question, would you like? And there, man, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Of course, I said no, but in my mind I said, why not? Why not? Okay, I was young, I was small, but so that was the seed that was planted.
So when did this all begin? I mean, after your secondary school, definitely something happened.
Okay. So it was like this. The last 3 years of secondary school, I was already in the aspiranate, so-called, of the Centrale province had it in Valdocco, while the Subalpina, Father Silvio and companions were in Valdocco, So Rebaudengo, Valdocco. And we were going to different schools, so we were meeting in these schools, So basically the last year, which will be the fifth year of secondary school, was calculated or counted as our pre-novitiate in our respective communities.
Okay.
So after finishing that, after the what we call maturità in Italian, so the conclusion of I think in French it's called bac, no? The conclusion of secondary school. When you would have gone to the university, we went to the novitiate. So at 19 years old, so we did our profession being 20 years old.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
That was like that. Now, these things are not common anymore because people come either during university or after university. So the entrance, the age for entering it's
increased.
they are older when they enter. So that is it.
After that, how did you find yourself in Africa?
Okay, that's a good interesting question. So imagine I, differently from others, during my novitiate and during the post-novitiate, I had never really thought of becoming a missionary. But those were the years in which the Project Africa was being launched and was being begun. No? So our province, which was then the Centrale province of Turin, was entrusted with Kenya. Some conference had already gone there. The first one went at the end of 1980, then 1981, the first group, let us say, then 82, 83, etc. So by 1985, which is when I was finishing my post-novitiate, the provincial then was looking for 2 volunteers for practical training. And I remember Brother George and myself, we put our hands by if there is need. And we thought he had not taken us seriously.
Yes.
No? Then during the summer, at a certain point, he comes to the camps that we were conducting and said, "Is the passport ready?" No. So he had to run down from the mountains and prepare the passport. And that is how it started. So it started as the province sending you to another part of the province, which happened at that moment to be in Africa.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of, it's not the classic missionary vocation, because I can say that then I discovered it there, living there. No?
Exactly.
But I think, you see, the Lord knew that that was the way of catching me.
Oh,
Otherwise, He would have not caught me in some other way.
Perhaps.
And then from there, after practical training, I stayed on for theology.
So you
in
did
Nairobi.
theology
Yes,
in Nairobi.
practical training, theology in Nairobi with the second batch of Tangaza College. Second batch. So everything was small. They were building and everything was new. But yeah. And then after that, after finishing theology, ordination was in Colle Don Bosco.
Okay.
And then Bishop of Embu, Kenya, came to ordain us. So an African bishop came to ordain 2 Wazungu, 2 Oibos.
2 Oibos.
Okay. And it was very, impactful for the province, no? Because it was during a provincial celebration. So people were taken up because he knew Italian very well. So, and as some African bishops, he preached long and people were shocked. And when we went back to the sacristy, he commented to the vice provincial, I had just started half an hour. I have just started.
After half an hour, you
just started.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So even from that moment, that time in Italy, homilies were shorter.
Yeah. Maybe bishops could go maybe even to 15, 20 minutes, but that would be considered a long homily. This bishop from Africa coming with half an hour and saying he has just started. People were shocked. Anyway. So, and that is how. Then I stayed, I went back for a few months to the province, which was not yet a province. Then came back to Italy for studies. I did my licentiate in sacramental theology, and then I went back to the post-novitiate, to the theologate, etc.
And you became the provincial there?
In 2011, 2005, I was finishing at Don Bosco Tume, which is the theologate, so they had proposed to me to be the parish priest at Upper Hill. I said, okay, I've never done it, let me try. The appointment lasted 2 weeks, because then I didn't even reach. They said, no, they called me to be the vice provincial. Okay? And then after 6 years of vice provincial, then provincial, 2011 to 2017.
Yeah, you were vice provincial too.
Father Joseph Pulikal.
Yes.
I was the vice.
Yeah, I remember that when I came to Kenya.
Yes.
En route to
Sudan.
Sudan.
Exactly.
Beautiful. The story continues and continues to, it does not finish.
Yes.
It does not finish. So looking back from the experience you had at Colle Don Bosco, the school there, to this moment, would you say the decision to become a Salesian was right, first? And secondly, would you say you have been living a fulfilled life, or you are living a fulfilled life now?
Okay, well, as you know, human decisions cannot be compared to mathematics, no? So you don't have the mathematical certainty, but yes, I think the Lord wanted me, and He knew how to catch me. So through that rector who popped the right question at the right moment, and through the other things that happened in my life, I think so. So if I could go back, as they say, I would choose exactly the same. I think it has been a very, very happy life, and I am convinced personally, from within, that I made the right choice, trying to follow the dream that God had for me and has for me. And yes, I think that I feel as a human being also quite fulfilled. I had occasions to do so many things for the congregation, in the congregation. I don't know how I did them, but anyway, overall, I think it has been a very fruitful and a very nice life. Even with these last 2 years that I've been roaming around the congregation, visiting provinces, it's not the regular way in which a Salesian is busy as a Salesian, but it gives you an outlook on the congregation which is special. You come to know realities visiting other provinces that otherwise you would never have known. And you can really see, I can see the words of the Rector Major when he proposed to me this obedience that I'm living now. He told me this, Gianni, you will see how beautiful the congregation is. And I have to say, it is true. And being part of this, of course, it's also a matter of, I feel proud of this.
Yeah, beautiful. Challenges of them? Vocation experience, were there times of doubting yourself and all of those things?
Well, maybe the main challenge, maybe I'll make some people smile here, the main challenge has been more or less in the line of the vow of obedience in this sense, okay, I have always taken that with faith, trying, okay, they are asking me to do this, let me do it, let me try, But then somehow in the day-to-day living of that particular obedience, whichever it was, maybe as helping at the post-novitiate in Moshi, and then later on at Don Bosco Tume, especially when I was asked to be director there of the theologate, and I was the first one who lasted 6 years. So then after that, others also. But so in the day-to-day struggle with that, sometimes no doubts, but say, but Lord, why did you ask me this? And slowly finding answers in my daily relationship with Him, which I tried somehow to cultivate in my interactions with the conference, in the community. So yes, challenges have been there, and sometimes, especially then later on as vice provincial, and even more as provincial, having to make decisions about people. That has been often difficult, at least for me. It is difficult, because I would have liked that everyone could be happy,
Exactly.
But then sometimes, you have to balance everything, and it is not easy. And especially as provincial, you have this sense that the buck stops with you. There is no one else to whom you turn to pass the buck. No, the buck stops with you. Yeah, there is the regional, but okay. If it's a matter of the province, you don't go and disturb the regional.
Exactly.
It is something that needs to be solved there. Yeah, but I think this is part of life also, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, it makes everything, it balances everything, because without those ones, you wouldn't actually feel the importance and the value of what you are doing.
Yeah.
Last words to our young people. To everyone,
Okay, to all those who will be listening to this or watching this, to those, all those who are, let us say, looking for their vocation, I think it is important really that we do this effort to enter into the dream that the Lord has for us. It is not so much what I like, what I don't like, also, of course, also a bit of that, the Lord uses that. But mostly, the basic question would be, Lord, what is your dream for me? How do you see me really fulfilled? And then I enter into that slowly. And for those who are choosing a religious life, I think it is very important that we focus on learning and understanding if this charism, in our particular case, the Salesian charism, is really where the Lord sees me and where I will develop, where I will flourish. So let us make, please, I'm asking, I'm praying that we can all make an effort in this direction, because only then we will be happy, we will be fulfilled in our life.
Thank you so much. That's really, really nice, wonderful conversation with Reverend Father Gianni Rolandi, talking about his vocation, how he found himself in Africa, and from there continued. Now he has different responsibility and love that he's going around reaching out to different provinces of the Salesian congregation. Thank you so much for being with us at at 43 Media Studio. It's a pleasure. We are delighted to have you here. And to our listeners, it is a wrap. Bye.
Bye.